How are you all? Welcome to the start of a new vlog. I'm actually really excited about this vlog. I thought I'd turn things around a little bit because I'm reading out of my comfort zone. I'm reading romance, which if you know me, I have a dark and twisty inside, cold ass heart, especially when it comes to movies. Like I will always pick something more dramatic and depressing and horror focused. Mackie. Anyway, I'm super excited to film this actually because I won't lie, January was a really tough month for me. I was sick from after Christmas up until the second week of January. It hasn't been wintering here in the upper Midwest, unfortunately. I'm in Minnesota and it's been so lame. Like this whole week is gonna be in like the mid to high 40s. People are running around in their shorts outside. I have the sweater on, which is like feeling really seasonably inappropriate at the moment. And yeah, it's just been a little stressful. I need some levity. I need some lightness. I need some giddiness. I want to smile. I want to wiggle my feet in excitement and just feel some love. I love love, like it or not. I'm getting married in February and I want to kick off the month in a more romance fashion. I do love Valentine's Day. Luke's birthday is also then, and yeah, we're getting married at the end of the month. So I want to start February off on the right foot, and I have a stack of romances to do that. Stupid truck. Are you done yet? Fuck. Stack of romances, and then one of them is an arc of a book I'm really excited that I got approved for. I honestly can't believe I got approved for it. NetGalley, man, like, it's a Twiki? It's a tricky little system, but I did get approved for The Honey Witch by Sydney J. Shields. I've heard nothing but great things about this. A romance fantasy about witches, and the magic system revolves around bees and honey, and it just seems so cozy and sweet. That is on this TBR. Book I've actually already started, which I'm going to continue with as the first book in this vlog, is Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. I'm about 30 pages into this and it is super cute already. It's like, ooh, like it's making me smile. Like I was reading it in bed last night and I was like, I'm gonna like this. It's reading really quickly and it's fairly an easy read, and I mean, I like the cover. I tried to pick books where the covers were radically different because I feel like a lot of them kind of mesh together. I won't name names because honestly, I don't know I'm not well known in the romance author realm. I had a few people recommend this to me and I've seen it floating around Book Talk. It just seems really cute, and a queer, more lesbian focused romance is what I was looking for. It is part of a trilogy or series called Bright Falls, which is the city where this is set in. And Delilah Green is coming back to Bright Falls after a long hiatus outside of it. She never really felt like she fit in, and she's never really wanted to come back, but her estranged stepsister is getting married, so she's coming back into town to help with that. And also they throw so many female friends' names right off the bat. You know, it's just like, wait, who? This is Delilah, and then this is Claire. So Astrid, doing it again. So Astrid is Delilah's estranged stepsister. She's getting married. Claire is one of Astrid's best friends who's involved in the wedding, obviously. So they get together at some point, I'm assuming, with all the wedding festivities going on. I love when there's a wedding in the background, and I thought this was perfect because I'm getting married. I love weddings. It seems kind of like a forced proximity trope too, so I'm excited. I'll let you know more. I'm only 30 pages in, but I'm liking it so far. Lastly, and I love this cover, 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. This has been on my list for a very long time. I'm gonna have the right mood or vlog to read it in. This is one of the books I wanted to get to this year in particular, and I'm so excited to read it. I love when books have to deal with writing and authors. This has been on so many people's top books lists. I have high hopes for this one. I hope it doesn't let me down. I know she has a new book coming out this year as well, so if this one goes good, I will definitely pick up her newest release. So that's the TBR for this. I'm ready to kick my little feet and go like, ee, lush. Yeah, I have more that I bought in anticipation for this vlog. If I finish all these in a timely manner before the middle of the month. I might add more, but I don't want to overdo it. I'm honestly probably going to read primarily romance this month. It is totally outside of my comfort zone. I normally don't pick any of these books up. I love love, and I want to read about some love. I have a little bit of work to do today, but I'm hoping I can wrap early to read more of Delilah Green Doesn't Care. I just wanted to give a little reading, on Delilah Green Doesn't Care. I'm really liking this. As someone who doesn't read romance ever, I'm really liking how sweet, and I'm really liking the characters so much. I'm about 100 pages in, and it's such an easy, quick read. The book starts off with Delilah's estranged stepsister getting married, and Delilah is invited, but also photographing the wedding, so she's coming for the 2 weeks leading up to the wedding. Help with all the my hair, oh my god. Help with all the wedding events and what have you. Claire is the bride's best friend. She's a single mom. She hasn't had the best luck in love at all recently. She's kind of been stuck in a rut. And Delilah Green rolls into the local bar, and starts to hit on Claire without Claire realizing who she is. And Delilah's really devious, whereas Claire's super sweet and kind and innocent. And Delilah's all fire and brimstone. And I just really like their banter so far. And the few times, I'm only 100 pages in, and the few times they've gotten to interact is really, I really like their interactions. I think it's written really well. And each chapter is a different POV. It's either from Claire's or from Delilah's. Yeah, I'm really liking it. I totally get why people are like, this is so good. I just love how unabashedly queer this book is. I love it. And I guess because I haven't read or seen a ton of queer, bisexual romances by, mass marketing. At least I haven't. I could be wrong because, again, I'm not the biggest romance person, but when I see, best of lists or best romance lists of the year on, Goodreads and stuff, I feel like I don't see that. I could be wrong. I'd definitely be interested in reading more of them as a bisexual person. I love how Claire is written in this. Claire being bisexual, it's, genuinely part of her identity, and it shapes how she understands herself and then relates to the rest of the world, and I just think she's written so well. I mean, along with Delilah too, for sure. I don't know, I love the rep in there though. I think it's great. And this is a debut? Ashley Herring Blake? This is a debut romance? Hello! I wanted to give you all a little reading update because I finished Delilah Green Doesn't Care. Oh, my heartstrings. So sweet and so cute. It had so much to do with giving yourself a second chance, trusting, childhood trauma, friendships, sisters, family, found family too. It's just I loved this so much, and I want to read more. I think there's 3 books. The second one is about, might be a spoiler. I don't know. I feel like if you read the back, it's already, you already kind of know what's going to happen. Anyway, and there's, an excerpt of in the back of the book, too. The rest of the series has to do with the friend group and then being in Bright Falls. Oh man, Nora Ephron, I wish you were still with us. Because even though it's not set in the 90s, I got this kind of 90s vibe or early 2000s vibe of Nora Ephron movies. And maybe it's because I know this isn't Nora Ephron, but hear me out. But they mentioned the Parent Trap in this because there's a lot of bridesmaid hijinks in this. And I just thought of that and having that kind of music, this will be. Maybe I'm wrong. If this was turned into a show centered around Bright Falls, but set in the 90s, late 90s, with a Nora Ephron feel. Someone pick it up. HBO, come on. I would eat that up. Sleepless in Seattle and When Harry Met Sally, I'm just envisioning that vibe like packed into this in a perfect, beautiful little package. Oh, I just love it. Am I a romance girl now? Am I a romance girly? I might do a part 2. If you're interested in doing a part 2 reading romance, let me know, because at this point I'm like, yes, sure, give me more. This made me smile so much, and it made me feel like really warm and like it felt like a hug, and I just loved Claire. She like resonated with me so much. There's this part where she's like really anxious about a bunch of different stuff in her life and how she's mentally processing it. Like, oh girl, I know exactly what that feels like. It's just so sweet. I love the bisexual representation in Claire, but I also love the friendship element of this too is so strong, and it just made me be like, oh. So this was great. I'm definitely gonna read more of the Bright Falls series. And this is her author. It's not her debut, but it's her adult debut, because I think Ashley Herring Blake has only done YA, and she's wanted to do romance for a really long time, and this is, oh, I loved it. I loved it. I want to reread it again. It was so good. All right. Oh, one more thing. I started keeping a reading journal this year, and I'm treating it a lot like a junk journal, so it's not, I wouldn't say it's very aesthetically a journal, like scrapbooking journal thing. I love it. It's another way for me to be creative, so I love that. And I was thinking about showing you the spreads from these romance books that I'm reading, if you guys be interested in that, or if I should start sharing more of that. I think I'll put it towards the end of the video while I'm doing the recap, but yeah, I wanted to share that as well. The next one I'm going to read is 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. This has been on a bunch of other creators' top romance list. Like Lexi on Newly Nova, and then Britt. I'll put anyone I mentioned in this video, any content creator that I mentioned in this video, I'll put them down below. Britt mentioned this in her TikTok. I love her TikToks. They're like so aesthetically pleasing, but also like I love her reviews of stuff, and this was high on her list. And so I'm excited. I feel like we have very similar tastes, so I'm excited to go into this one. This is about authors Eva and Shane who come back to New York during a steamy summer, much to the surprise of the literary community at large. No one else knows besides them that they had met previously, a long time ago, for 7 days during the summer, and it changed both their lives. So they come back together during this time in June, and they've also been writing to each other through their own published works, which I'm so excited about this one. This one's next. I'm starting it today. I'm entering my romance era in my 30s. I guess I'm just really ready to feel feelings in my 30s, like sweet, cuddly feelings. Just need some giggles and feet kicks, I guess. Yeah, this is new for me. Alright, but I'm gonna start this today. I just wanted to update you all, but I'm rapidly losing daylight. I have not done a great job of updating you because I've been flying through 7 Days in June. I'm almost done with it. Ah! Oh my god, this is so good. Holy crap, this is so freaking good. Like, not only in terms of plot and characters, but also like it's such sharp and witty prose and dialogue, and I love the characters of Shane and Eva so much so far. Oh my god. Man, y'all are right. Everyone who's read this that told me it was amazing, y'all are right. I did not think this was overhyped in any sense of the word. So Shane and Eva are two well-known authors, and Shane is more like on the literary fiction side. Like, he writes this book called 8 that you find out is really inspired by Eva and when they met. And so he's been writing to her through the book. And Eva, I love this. She's a erotic novelist who writes about a black vampire romance. And it has like, I think she's supposed to be on book 15. I love her character so much. It's such a good representation of chronic pain because she deals with these horrible migraines throughout her whole life, and it really debilitates her. She's a single mom to a really funny, cool daughter who's 12. I love that her comfort movie is The Exorcist. Like, you are speaking to the right crowd. I have some messed up movies that are my comfort movies, so this is... Eva and Shane have had this history. When they were 17 years old, they met. And so they're back for this literary event. There's such strong chemistry and tension between both of them. Like I said, the dialogue is just so sharp. Hold on, sorry. Hi, Mackie. Is someone scared of the big bad school bus? Oh. Every word and sentence is important and used, and nothing is fluff. Nothing is filler. I'm almost done with it and I'm gonna be sad. Oh. Yeah, I'm probably gonna finish it tonight if I'm being honest. I just haven't been able to stop reading it. Then on to our last book of the vlog. Who knew? Who knew this gal could be into romance? Did you, Mackie? You know I love romance. I love you and Rosie and Moose. By the next time I update you all, I will probably be done with this book. And hi! Little update. I finished 7 Days in June. This was awesome. I will be reading Tia Williams again. I know she just had a new release come out, so I will hopefully get to that this year sometime, but in terms of 7 Days in June, this was great. Loved the writing so much. I loved the dialogue. I love Shane and Eva's interactions and banter, and the story and how it was structured, and its commentary on second chances and being a single mother, a disability rep, and generational trauma. Like, it was just so good, and I flew through this. This was... How long is this book? It's a little bit over 300 pages, but I flew through it. I even listened to it at the gym because I didn't want to get away from it at all. Yeah, this was amazing. This is a new favorite for sure. Highly recommend this if you've seen it. It's been on your shelf for a while. Highly recommend you picking it up. The next book I'm going to pick up is my lovely ARC that was sent to me by NetGalley, The Honey Witch by Sydney J. Shield. More of a cozy fantasy romance, and I'm really excited to just snuggle up with it and read it. It's the weekend, and I'm hoping I'll just love it and fly through it, but I'll let y'all know. Rosie, is that your baby? Rosie has this thing where she treats all the toys around her like they're her babies, and she gives them a lot of love and attention. It's really cute. I'm already 30% through The Honey Witch. It's about 360 some pages, I want to say. It's so delightful, so sweet. It's so lush. It's very cozy. Like, if you want all vibes, a very small amount of plot and low stakes, it's very, very that. Since I'm still new to fantasy, I don't know if I'm necessarily a cozy fantasy girl just yet, but I am loving being in this world. I want to live in this world. This follows Marigold. She, at the beginning of the book, I think she had just turned 21 and no one wants to court her. She has this reputation of being really quick-witted and snarky, and she reminds me of it like a Jane Austen heroine in that regard. Like, she's very persnickety, and like love is definitely not for her, and she doesn't wish to be married and to be someone's bride. She considers it being like a trap and not being able to be who she wants to be, which is this free woman who every time there's a full moon goes out into the meadow and swims around naked in the pond and sleeps there all night amongst the grass and the stars and very free. And then one day her grandmother comes to visit her, who she hasn't seen in a very long time. Her grandmother lives on the island of Innisfree as the Honey Witch, and the Honey Witches are primarily in this family. There's a long line of them. And her grandmother, as she's getting older, she's very old. she's really worried that she won't be around much longer and no one's going to be able to be the Honey Witch and provide their services to the people and I think there's a bigger role they play. It just hasn't gotten to that part yet. Like I said, it's very low stakes. So they basically, the Honey Witch is just a source of comfort, and there is magic. The magic system revolves around bees and honey and nature and just kindness, and she doesn't charge anything for her services, and there's a lot of descriptions about making potions and making tonics and making tea with different types of honey and what all these different types of honey mean and what these signs mean in nature, and it's just really nice to be in. Anyway, Marigold like leaps at the opportunity to come be trained as to be the next Honey Witch, and I love the relationship with her and her grandmother. It's really wholesome and sweet, and they care so much for one another. And she's just right now she's just teaching Marigold how to be a Honey Witch. And yeah, I just really like being in this world. I want to live on Innisfree in a cottage surrounded by flowers and nature. And I mean, I want my dogs. I want Luke. Oh, that's the thing. Another thing about the Honey Witch. No one can fall in love with the Honey Witch. Is their curse to bear. Or not curse, it's their... You can't have one without the other. Like, your job in your life is devoted to being the Honey Witch. To keep the world in balance and to keep this world in balance. Her duty should be to being a Honey Witch. So Marigold obviously has no issues with that at the moment, but of course there's going to be a love interest introduced at some point. And I know this is supposed to be a sapphic cozy romance, so we'll see when she is introduced. But I'm really loving it so far. All the vibes. It's all the vibes. Very low stakes so far, and just more of a vibe, which I'm so here for. But I'll check in later. Good morning. Good morning. Oof. Me and Luke have been staying up way too late. We're a little behind on True Detective, and we are watching Dining in Dungeon, which is very sweet and wholesome. If you have not seen it, it's on Netflix. It's like an RPG, D&D inspired anime, but a lot of it revolves around cooking monsters, and it's so good. Anyway, Rosie. Yes, I know. I love you too. So I'm about 60% through The Honey Witch. It is truly like so much more about vibes. Oh, it's really sweet, and I just love, like I said, I just really love being in the world and with the characters. Like, I love Marigold so much. I need to wake up. It's only my first cup of coffee, so I'll probably have more. The only complaint I'm having at the moment is that the romantic pacing just seems really clunky and off. Like, I wish the romantic interest, Lottie, I wish she'd been introduced like way earlier in the book. I wish they just had more reoccurring interactions. I don't think Lottie shows up for almost 40% of the book. They meet briefly, but it's very brief, and it's kind of like, oh, Lottie's a snob. I'm gonna put you down. You stop giving me kisses. That's like my only complaint, is it feels like kind of like start and stop trying to drive stick. In like, if I try to drive stick, which I don't know how to do, it'd be like it's like a little bit clunky, which is a little bit of a bummer, but overall I still really like it. I still really like this book. I love the magic system, I love the characters, the fantasy element of it, lush and pretty everything is. Like, it's just so cozy too. But yeah, I'm probably gonna finish it today. And then, yeah, I'll give you my final thoughts then. Hi, welcome to the end of the vlog, and I finished The Honey Witch. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's so cozy. Like, if that's all you're looking for is a new cozy fantasy, it will fit the bill. It was I would say it's a little bit predictable. It's still like the thing that bothered me the most was like the romantic pacing just fell off, but it was still so satisfying in the end. There are some stakes, but still it is very much on like the medium to low medium. And I really enjoyed it. I'm really happy I got an arc of it and can give it a very nice review. And I still want to go live on Innisfree. Sydney J. Shields wrote a place I just want to transport to so badly, and could picture it in my mind really vividly, and that's all I wanted So, I'm going backwards. The creme de la creme, 7 days in June. Probably my favorite of the vlog. It was just perfect, and it is a new favorite for me. I'm going to read Tia Williams' new book, hopefully this year. I keep adding more onto my TBR, my ever-growing TBR. I'm just really just not going to bring up my TBR anymore because it's pure chaos, but for sure Tia Williams will be on the list. This is just great. I feel silly that it took me a really long time to get to this, even though I'd heard nothing but amazing things from people I respect their opinion on and their book taste on. If you keep hearing it and your friends keep recommending it and you keep walking by it at the bookstore, just pick it up. It's so damn good. And it's one of my favorite covers that I own. Like, it's just, yeah, this was great. And the first book of this vlog, Delilah Green Doesn't Care, I just smile thinking about this book. It is so good. It's so good. I want to go back to Bright Falls. I want to read the rest of the series. And I know she just announced she's doing a Christmas book this year, which, like, in the days of non-romance Peyton, she would have been like a Christmas romance. I don't want to read a Christmas romance. If it's from Ashley Herring Blake, I will read a Christmas romance. I will read a queer Christmas romance. I think this has been a very successful vlog. I think I can say that I like romance now, and I just found authors that I really liked. I think I like some tropes I can probably identify now, and I'm a little shocked, honestly. It's not that I thought any of these books were going to be bad by any means. I just didn't know if they were going to be for me or if I was the right audience, and I was wrong. These were so for me. These were great. I recommend you guys pick all these up because they are delightful. I hope you have a lovely rest of the week. You have great love and cuddles in whatever form that may take with whoever or whatever you want it to look like. Or if you don't celebrate that kind of thing, that's awesome too. Some years I didn't celebrate. So I think honestly me and Luke are probably just going to watch anime and eat takeout. And that's what our Valentine's Day and romance looks like, and that's why we're getting married. This is the part in the vlog where I did talk about my book journal, so I'm just going to insert all that footage now before I sign off. And if you guys like it, let me know. If you want to see more of that type of content, let me know. I'd be happy to share. I love sharing my creative pursuit. Hope you enjoy. Cut to that footage. Thank you for clicking. Thank you for watching. And I'll have a new video for you all soon. Bye!